Good evening, Giovanni. Saturday was such a bruising defeat. What do the players need to do tomorrow night to show you improvement on what they didn't do on Saturday?
Yeah, it was a huge disappointing game, of course, a heavy defeat, and we were all disappointed. It's the worst feeling you can have after a game. But then again, you have to get up. You have to play the next game, which is very important for us against Ajax tomorrow. And we definitely need to improve the way we were playing tomorrow if you compare that to Saturday. So you have to learn from your defeats and keep going. And that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. And that's also the task we have.
Andre. Giovanni, I'm sure Saturday has given you a lot to think about. Is the goalkeeping position one of those things, and have you made a decision on that ahead of tomorrow night?
Well, I think this, of course, if there are defeats, you're gonna. The first thing you do as a manager is to reflect on your own decisions, your own. I think that's where it starts. That's what I want my players to do as well. Many things went wrong, so I can, change everything from Saturday, and play with a different team tomorrow and different tactics, but. I think you have to keep on. You keep hold on the way of playing. You keep trusting your players, give them confidence, because in the past we bounced back from heavy defeats, and that's what we have to do tomorrow as well.
Giovanni, have you had to pick them up, and if so, what have you done? Have you done anything differently in these last couple of days to try and help the players deal with what happened at the weekend?
Well, I mean, of course, we had meetings after, we had training sessions, and if you ever have a defeat like we did on Saturday, it must feel really bad. You have to feel the emotions of a defeat to bounce back even harder. That's what we did. But then again, on Sunday we had the first meetings, after Celtic, but also looking forward to Ajax, and you have to keep going. As a player, I played for the big teams in Europe, but also suffered really big defeats. And if you want to reach a higher level, if you want to keep developing, you have to learn from your mistakes, and we learn from our defeats, and we have to keep going, and that's what we're going to do.
Chris.
Hi, Gio. Just on the goalkeeping situation again, what conversations have you had with John on the back of the weekend, and will he start tomorrow? Is he still your number one choice?
Well, I mean, I've spoken with John. I spoke with the team about the way we play, the way we conceded goals, what we have to improve, what went wrong. It's a normal process, and you cannot change every time when you have a defeat. You cannot change everything, because you have to keep. You have to stick to your beliefs in the way of playing, and the execution we had on Saturday was below par, far below par, and that's what I want to see different tomorrow.
Giovanni, you touched on it there. Every time this squad of players has suffered a setback, they have been able to come back stronger and more resolute. Is that obviously the kind of reaction you're looking for here tomorrow night?
Well, it's the only reaction we have to show. I mean, it's you cannot after a defeat. Of course, you are very down, but that's normal. That's your first reaction as a human being when you lose a game. But then again, you have to look forward. You have to look forward. You have to learn from the mistakes you have. And as I had as a player, also in a major, when you have a defeat, you want to go the next day. You want to go on the pitch because you want to, be a better player the next game, and that's also the intention we have tomorrow.
Paul, go ahead.
There's been quite a lot of criticism, obviously, and some suggestions that that there should have been more players bought before the transfer deadline. I mean, do you have any regrets on that front at all?
I have no regrets at all, none.
Sorry, what? Just because you believe in what you had already? Yeah?
Yeah. Otherwise, we have bought another players. But we had a lot of players going out. We had a lot of players going in, and I believe in this squad, and we keep going. And of course, there is talks about new players in and out. Seems like we have loads of money already now in the bank, which is not the case. So we have to keep going, and we have to make sure we make the squad we have now, we make them stronger in our development as well. We developed over the past years, and not only me, but also Steven in the years before. We developed players who are starting at a lower level and reached the highest levels in their careers. I think Kelvin is a great example of that, because he's playing now for Ajax, and he has a tremendous development with us in the last year. And that's also the way we work at this club. And I continue working with this team, improving them in every way I can, and make sure we're having the success we all want in the future. Mark?
Hi, Giovanni. Just to continue that theme a little bit, do you feel confident now that the squad you have at the moment is stronger than the one you finished with at the end of last season, and also the starting 11? And where does that confidence come from? What is it that you see that you're convinced that success can follow with the current group of players?
Well, we have, as I said before, we have some new players. Of course, they have to gel in. They have to get used to their teammates. It's normal when you have new players coming in, and we have to develop as a team again. I mean, because we start with Cholak. After Tom Lawrence came in the squad, unfortunately he's injured now. Malik. So we have additions who will adapt it really quick. But still, there's loads of improvement for them as well, personally, but also for us as a team. And if you see the start of the season, where we have the league start, but also we had to reach a high level already in Champions League, because we had 4 important games so early in the season, when players aren't at their levels you want them, new players coming in. So that's why I'm really happy that we reached the group phase of the Champions League, and now it's an ongoing process in getting our players better and stronger. And I think I'm sure that we are developing as a team as well in the coming weeks, months.
Last question for Jordan.
Hi, Giovanni. You spoke about the need to develop players at Rangers, and Calvin's a great example. How proud are you of the work that you did with him for those 6 months, where he made a massive improvement? And just taking that on to James Sands, are you trying to almost do the same thing? You can see an improvement there. Are you using him as an example to James?
Well, I think the example is there. I don't have to tell my players the example, because the example is there. With Calvin, but also with Joe, who went to Southampton Premier League. I love working with Calvin, as I said before. But I think the biggest impact on his career is Calvin himself, because his motivation to become better and to get stronger every day was there for everyone to see. And I think that's where it starts. And of course, I'm here to guide him, to help him, but I think the most credit you have to give Calvin himself. And I think that's a good example for all the players we have in this team, especially the young players, that we gave them a podium to improve. And that's that's where I want to put in all my energy.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.